That's gonna be just spat all over the mic.
That's the intro. That's the intro.
I need to like stay on game with my intros now, innit? Like
spitting on the mic.
I just literally grogged all over it.
I've had an incredible idea. I've had to take notes, so I'm not just like Instagramming or social media on my phone. There's a reason the phone's in my hand for this podcast. I have come up with a revolutionary idea that will not only raise the value and price of the DJ fees nationwide for every DJ.
This sounds interesting already.
It will also save the clubs money. How is that possible? Bruv, I've got the answer.
Doubles. Come on.
I've got the answer.
Do we need to like put a copyright agreement in place on this before you give it out to the world?
I want the world to find this because I don't know if I can initiate this myself.
Podcast, man. Sorry.
So I want someone to find this idea, pick it up and run with it, and then we can all make
Come on, it sounds too good to be true to me.
It's really not. So your role in today's podcast, Stylus, is to find problems with my idea. We need to tackle this head on.
Okay.
I need you to pick this apart and I want to see if I've got answers. So yeah, I've got my phone in my hand today in the podcast because I've got a lot of notes that I had to write
People
down.
always ask, do we actually do anything on our laptops? On our phones?
My laptop's just here. It's just recording the sound. It's recording
I actually
the audio.
do have stuff on mine.
He's just watching porn. Oh, put that away. She is disgusting.
Nice little podcast Talkover right up and that.
Is that to keep you focused?
Yeah.
Right. What are we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. So my idea will raise the DJ fee nationwide. No matter what level of DJ you are, you will earn more money through doing this. And if you're a club owner, this will save you money. It's amazing, bro. So
I've not heard this yet, by the way.
A bit of background. Every club, every venue that has a public space that plays music has to pay for something called a PRS license and a PPL license. They're two licenses that have to be paid that allow you to play music out. They've recently merged into one thing called the music license. Let me just fact check myself.
You're gonna hear me eating apples.
Yeah, so they are now. It's a new joint venture. It's PPL PRS Limited. So it is now called the music license. If you want to play music in public, you need a music license. A good friend of mine who owns a club, I won't say the name of the club just in case he doesn't want this information out. He told me he pays £13,000 a year for his music license. Right, so that's 13 grand a year. Now,
been there, bro.
Imagine this. Imagine if the clubs don't have to pay that license anymore, but the DJs do, right? So imagine this.
So you're essentially coming into the rave with like PRS ready.
Exactly. So the DJ has to be responsible for the PRS license, or we're going to call it the music license because that's the right name for it now. The DJ has to be responsible. So 13 grand is a lot of money. So I'm not going to say 13 grand price tag. That's based on the fact that this particular club is operating 6 nights a week and it has a large capacity. So let's just say a reasonable figure would be like 3 grand a year, right? That's a steep price.
That's still steep, man.
Yeah, but in this particular club that I'm talking about, if he's not paying...
About to get paid more though, right?
If he's not paying 13 grand for a PRS license, for the music license, he may be more willing to pay a higher fee because he knows the DJ is coming with a license, right?
Or
so
pocket the money himself.
Yeah, but who's gonna play in his club? Where's the music coming from?
Well, you're still going to pay for a DJ, but just because he's saving 13 grand doesn't mean he's going to give that to the DJ, does it?
No, but the DJ, he has to have a DJ that has a license. Mm-hmm. He is legally not allowed to have a DJ in his club playing that doesn't have a music license.
Okay.
Right? So what does he do? He approaches you. Okay, well, I need you to play for my club. Okay, well, yeah, this is my fee. The thing is, you now factor into your fee the fact that you have to pay for this license. So you are going to charge more. Right?
Yeah, I get that.
It forces the clubs to have to pay legitimate DJs that will fork out for the license. The clubs have to pay it. If they get caught without an unlicensed
So basically
DJ,
these bum DJs that are coming through and doing like these little £50 sets or like whatever, like they're never going to be able to afford this license.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah,
for doing a £50 set, you cannot even afford to pay your PRS license, your music license off of that. So you have to charge more. So straight away, that means the price of DJing will go up. There's not going to be these £50 DJs about, £150 DJs about. Do you know what I mean? Like, the price is forced up.
How do you break into the game then? How do you start as a DJ trying to get your first set if you're never going to have the backing to afford this?
That's a very, very good question. Let me help you with that. Right?
Yo, this is new to me. I've never had to do this before, but come on.
No, but this is what I wanted you to come up with these things because I have answers.
Okay.
Right? So this...
You ain't got the answers.
I've got the answers.
Come on.
So
Let's
this,
hear him.
in one aspect, might go back to the podcast we did about apprentices, but it doesn't have to. Just to put this into another context, if you have a shotgun license or a rifle license, you can take someone shooting that doesn't have a license. So to put that into the DJ world, I have my music license that I pay my $3,000 a year for. If there's a younger DJ that wants to do the warm up in the club, all they have to do is say to me, can I work under your license? And I just have to be cool enough to be like, yeah, you come in and do the warm up, you can work under my license. And then whatever happens with their fee, whether I pay them part of mine or the club pays them individually, whatever, that's how they would then break it into the clubs. Right?
Okay.
So there's still a way, through this whole licensing thing, there's still a way for younger, new, brand new DJs to make it into the clubland without it being monopolized by this like rich elite of DJs that are paying for the license.
But then that then becomes dependent on the apprentice thing, which is obviously great.
No, because they don't have to be an apprentice because, for example...
No, unless you got rich parents, you ain't never getting this license.
No, because that's how you
I know
invest.
when I was a kid, I never had
How do you
£3,000.
start a business? How does anyone start a business? They save up or
Yeah,
they get a
100%.
loan.
But like when I was 18 trying to break into the DJ world, I wouldn't have had £3,000 to get a license.
No, okay, but...
I grew up in the ends with no money.
Yeah, okay, but there are ways that you've got money. How did you buy your decks? How did you buy your laptop?
We
How did
can't
you
say
buy
on
your
camera.
Serato? Huh?
Can't say on camera.
All right, so regardless of how the money is made...
It's hard, like, for people coming through, like, getting...
I agree, it's hard.
That's £3,000, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's...
I'm fully aware, but it will stop any time wasters. Anyone that's like, oh, you know what, I just want to get into DJing because I've got a laptop and I've checked One Extra's playlist so I know what to play now and I can just go in and do it for free drinks. All of that will stop. Because that's bullshit to me, if you ask me. That, in my opinion,
it would eliminate any people that are like half-hearted with it. Or
anyone
it for a bit of change or not doing it for the right reasons. Like that's
anyone getting their DJ license is serious about it. And yeah, you're right. It's going to happen. There's going to be some guy who's brand new and he's got rich parents and he's managed to buy his license.
And he's out here smacking the game up at like 19 because he's got peas.
But if he's good, then he'll do it. And cool.
Yeah,
I don't care.
But then will the quality control still be there? Because there's going to be spoiled kids out there that have got all this money. Mum, I want a license. There's your license. Okay, so then clubs will take you because you've got a license.
Yeah, but it's not.
It might not still give you.
Okay, so the difference.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
No, which
you
is
might
like
not
get
the level playing field of good talent just because people have got peas.
Here's the difference.
Going to be great DJ.
Here's the difference, though. The clubs nowadays, a lot of them are paying shit DJs that do shitty jobs, and they're terrible.
Yeah, but they're giving them shit wage.
Exactly. So even the spoiled rich kids, which won't be a huge amount of them, there will just be maybe one in every area or whatever. They can't monopolize the whole club scene themselves, and the clubs will know. If the clubs are paying a bit more because people are having to buy a license, they're paying more, so they're going to want better quality. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. No, it does. I just think it would still not eliminate like clubs hiring poor DJs. Like
it wouldn't eliminate it, because again, you've got the other DJs that they may have a really good office job. You know, the guys I've spoken about before in other podcasts where they're not career DJs might have a sick day job, and they can just afford like just for a hobby or whatever. Okay, yeah, you know, I'll pay the license because then I can go and play in the club or whatnot. So yeah, it won't eradicate crap DJs, but it will improve the scene massively.
So is there like some kind of vetting in place for you to be able to get this license? Like, how do you get this license, or is it just
I don't
or is
think
it a purchase payment? You just like if you got the £3,000,
yeah.
Because then that's just like what we were saying about with controller DJs. Bang got a controller, I'm a DJ. Bang, I got a license, I'm a DJ.
Yeah,
same
it's
kind
true.
of concept.
And but there's a difference as well, because again, taking just for now, for the argument, let's take the rich kid scenario out of it. So everyone that's paying for the license has to charge more to make their business model sustainable, right? The clubs are now paying more money for DJs. Okay. So you're right, there won't be quality control on who can have a license, but the clubs will have the quality control. Because if, for example, if they're now paying a resident £500-600 for a set, they're going to want to be paying a good DJ for that money. They're not going to want to be paying. The reason that there are so many mediocre and poor DJs in the clubs these days is because the clubs don't pay very much. Like, as a resident DJ, it is hard to make a good wage now.
It is hard, man. I'm not going to lie. Like,
my fee as a resident DJ has gone down in the last, I'd say 5 years. 5 years ago, per residency, on average, not being specific.
I was going to say, you really got to drop that.
No, so I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but on average, as residencies have come up and gone and passed and come through, the fees have dropped down per night. Difference is, I'm working more, but do you know what I mean? So that's one problem.
I've been quite lucky, man. Like, going back to one of the previous podcasts with the branding and that, I think because I've built it such a, like, the brand is solid. Like, yeah. I've been able to get my money up. I've had pay, like, big up the clubs that I work with, man. Big up 22s, all my residencies. Like, I've had a couple pay rises, man. Like, these guys know about DJs and they mess with us proper, innit? It's one of them. If they know you're on your ball, oh yeah, like I've been lucky, man. I've been lucky.
All right, I need to adjust my last phrase then, because now it sounds like I'm just firing shots at all the promoters. And that is not the case. That's not the case.
The people that pay me though, they're not promoters. I'm working directly for the club owner.
Right. Yeah.
The only promoter I work with is the Thursday. The Friday, the promoter chips into my fee, but the club pay half of a fee as well. Yeah. Because
it's thousands of pounds.
Because they have their set wage for DJs, but then the club knew what I would bring to the table, so they were happy to say, right, okay, I'll tell you what, you pay half, we'll give you the other half because we want to keep you.
That's sick, but that's rare. That's not a common thing, bro.
I'm quite
and
lucky,
the reason I said what I'm saying, it's because of the way that DJ technology has opened the game up. People and the amount of non-career DJs that there are as well, people come into the game with rock bottom prices, and that has lowered the rate and the fee, in my experience, because it's now a very competitive place. And certain nights, I've had this conversation with promoters, certain nights they have said, well, you are our resident or you are DJing for us, whatever, but we can get this person cheaper. And I'm at a point where I'm like, well, this is my living, and I kind of want to keep the
they know exactly, so when promoters do that, they know exactly what they're doing. They force your hand, man. Like,
but, I mean, I understand it from their perspective.
Yeah, I get it, because it's still business. Exactly.
It's business, and they're working on numbers.
Exactly.
But this is what gave me the idea to do this, because I'm like, I need to make a living, because at the end of the day, this is my business, and this is a way that I've found that I think it could happen. Imagine if you had to pay that $3,000. Suddenly, not only that, it would force more DJs to become career DJs, because they're like, right, you know what?
Yeah, you couldn't go part time. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to part time.
I've paid my $3,000 now. I've got to go all in. I've got to do this. I have to make that money back. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more about, the point of it is more about investing in yourself as a DJ, as a company, as a brand, putting money into.
Well, it's like when you start up a business and you have that initial big investment, like DJing would then be like that. You would need that initial big boost of income to get you on your feet. Not a case of, yo, I'm signed up to a record pool and I've got a £100 controller.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would definitely eliminate it.
Another thing, another pro to this, another upside to it, right? It would add security to the job of a DJ. If it's against the law for a club to hire a DJ that doesn't have a license, the DJs will be in demand. There won't be so many DJs just floating about waiting for jobs, right? True. Which means the club can't just drop you at a moment's notice. I don't know about you, but it's very, very few clubs that actually have paper contracts with a proper notice period, and
No,
like, it's all done on gentlemen's agreements and handshakes. But back to the original point, this idea would add security to the DJing job, because if a club didn't know if they'd be able to get a licensed DJ within the next week, they would be forced to be like, right, okay, well, we're going to arrange this guy. He's not available for the next 2 months. I can give you 2 months notice now on your job, and that gives you 2 months to find a new job. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there wouldn't just be 10 unlicensed DJs waiting about with their controllers. I can't say that because it's just dissing controllers again, isn't it? But
yeah, but
there wouldn't be just
I'm
10.
still getting stick for that 6 weeks later.
10 non-career DJs that just waiting about for a £50 set, and the club just drops you out because they want to save money and just put whoever in. Do you know what I mean? It would.
I'm trying to think of some more negatives, man.
There's not. There is none. There might be some, but I haven't thought of them. What else have I got in there? Yeah, so I covered the fact that new DJs will be able to play under your license. Fines for clubs caught with unlicensed DJs. So the music license team up with the local licensing police. Spot checks, turn up, boom. You have to have your paperwork on you. Every DJ in every room has to have a license. If they don't, the club's getting shut down.
I'm not sure the ins and outs of it. Excuse me, but I think Dubai have the same kind of thing.
Huh? Dubai?
You have to have a DJ license. Now, I'm not sure if this is complete gospel, but when I went to play there, I didn't end up playing there. I ended up playing in Abu Dhabi up the road where it was a bit different.
Yeah.
But the reason why the booking didn't come through is that they couldn't clear this license thing in time.
Right. Oh no, I think that's a visa though. I think that's a working visa, because I had a similar thing.
Okay.
I was supposed to
I'm
go
sure
out and
they
play
said
in-
it was something to do with like some kind of DJ entertainment. Like, I might be totally off the ball here.
I think
I'm just going off like when I
think that's a working visa, because I had the same thing actually. I was supposed to go out to Dubai and do one on the last minute thing, and yeah, it wasn't approved in time. So
because I remember going out there to see my boy Mitchell. He was a resident at this. I think it was Mayfair at the time. I don't know what it is now. And I wasn't allowed to step in the DJ booth.
That is a thing, bro. Imagine that. You're not even allowed in the booth without a license.
Without this DJ thing.
See, there you go. That's another thing that would stop, because we had this conversation the other day about why do people want to come in the DJ booth, and that's a genuine, legit reason. Sorry, sweetheart, you can't come in because you don't have a DJ license. But imagine if she goes, yeah, but I'm a DJ, and whips out her license.
Yeah, no, whips out a green card and that, a fake one.
I'd be like,
come on in.
What'd you come back to? Yeah, to be fair, if she did that, I'd be like, all right, cool, you can just come in the booth. You paid your $3,000.
Bro, do you know what? I've got to give it you, man. It's a pretty dope concept, man. Like,
I've changed the game, bro.
It's a possibility. So what? Someone out there with bare dollar is gonna just like steal your idea.
But bruv, you know what? No, because this ain't an idea for me. This isn't an idea I've come up with.
It's for the better of the industry.
It's for the scene. It's for the culture. It's for the industry. It's for the DJs. As corny
shout,
as
man.
it sounds, this is for the people. I didn't come up with this idea as a, oh shit, I can make so much money off of this. Like, I don't care.
I've seen
the whole scene can grow.
I've seen people saying, oh, there should be a license, it'll eliminate this, and like, I've seen brief touchings on it, but no one's ever thought about it in depth in it. Like, you broke it down properly. I've seen people say, oh, you got a license, but
well, this is a way that it could happen. And like I said at the start, it's a way that the clubs could save money, but pay DJs more. And that's a fundamental part of this whole idea. Because I don't want to be like, right, everyone, let's get our licenses. Excuse me, let's get our licenses, put our price up, and now the clubs have to pay more. Because ultimately, if I'm paying $3,000 for a license, I can probably put my price up to make sure that I'm getting a $5,000 pay rise through the year.
True.
The club's paying $13,000, bruv. They're going to be happy to pay an extra $5,000 for a DJ, because they're still saving £8,000 a year.
Well, that's when I said to you before, like, how, like, if they're meant to spend $13,000 on a license, but then all of a sudden there's only 3 because you bought your license for $3,000 or whatever. They don't.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you want to make money off it. So
yeah, but
depending
on what on the club manager's stance, like, you don't know if my man's going to be like, okay, well, we're saving all this money, so let's pay my guy more. Like, it's all going to be dependent on each individual situation.
No,
this manager might be like, all right, we've saved $10,000 here, so I'll keep off of that, safe.
Yeah, but then who's going to DJ at the club?
He's still got a DJ, but it doesn't mean he's going to pay more, if you know what I'm saying.
No, he would have to, because that DJ would have to have a license. So that DJ would have a minimum amount of money they
Yeah,
could.
but previously he was spending 13 grand on a license.
Yeah.
Now he's only going to now he's only spending what, 4 or 5.
Yeah, but he's
The
still.
DJ's got his. So where's the other? Like, I'm just saying, like the rest of the dollar, he's going. He would just pocket it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm not saying the clubs then have to spend their 13 grand.
I was gonna say, because if that
DJs.
was the case,
No,
man,
no,
I'd be
that's-
like, yo, 10 bags an hour, mate.
No, because that's the thing. The clubs still save money. Because I'm not saying that they need to spend that whole 13 grand extra on into the DJ's pockets.
Yeah.
They could save 8 grand and then just make sure that 5 grand of that 13 goes back towards the DJs. So that
Definitely put a few people to the test, man. Like it would separate.
I would very confidently
It would
pay
separate
3 grand
that
for a license.
Yeah,
bro. I'm just saying
I'd
that
definitely
right
pay
now. I would quite happily pay that money. Boom.
Yeah, but the people that are in the game established and have got that longevity already and stood the test of time, we're in a position to just snap that license up. It's the people coming in that are gonna where the questions are gonna be.
Come to the club, man. Do the warm up. Do it under my license.
Well,
and when you think you're ready, buy your own license. If it's not for you, don't buy a license. Stop playing.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Simple,
well,
simple.
well, that's going to eliminate anyone that just wants to jump in and try it on a whim, because you're not going to be dropping 3 grand just to have a quick scatter on the DJ.
But that's where it eliminates the clowns.
Yep.
There'll be no more clowns, bruv. If I know I'm stepping in the club and I know that guy has the license, he's serious about his craft, bruv. And that automatically you get extra ratings for that, and you're getting more respect, because I know you are investing in yourself as a DJ, whether you're good or not. You're investing in yourself. You believe in yourself. You are putting money into this, and ultimately you are helping the cause, because by you supporting it and buying the license, you're making sure everyone else can put their money up.
Any person that's spending 3 grand on a license, they got to be about it, man.
I'm about it, bro.
Or
telling you.
serious at attacking it. So yeah, man.
That's the
DJ
idea.
license, pick up your chest.
Yeah.
When it comes, go cop it.
I've changed the game, bro.